I need your reaction to the Deitch sacking.
We found out in the Everton shop and we didn't believe it.
It's all kicking off. Ladies and gents, welcome to the historic, iconic home of Everton Football Club for a little bit longer before they move. Welcome to Goodison Park.
Time to say goodbye.
Okay, ladies and gents, this place needs no introduction. Anfield, the current home of Liverpool Football Club. But as many of you know, originally, this wasn't the home of Liverpool Football Club. Everton made this place their home. In 1884, Everton Football Club started renting this place, this land, off the Orals, I'm not sure of the pronunciation, John Orrell in particular. Now John had a friend, another John Holding, who was a local successful businessman through breweries and stuff, but he was also the president, I believe, possibly, definitely a member of Everton Football Club. They got chatting and those friends agreed for Everton Football Club to move here to play their football at Anfield Stadium. Originally, Everton Football Club would play their football over on Stanley Park, but of course, increasing crowds, no sort of regulation as to who was watching the games would prove to be quite awkward. They'd move to another site on Priory Road, but obviously due to the increase in popularity, the capacity and so on, they needed somewhere bigger. This site was perfect. Over time, John Holding would actually buy the land off John Orrell. Now, it got awkward because John Holding was the president of Everton Football Club, but he was also now their landlord, renting this ground to the club. Now, that seemed convenient, but it wasn't, because John Holding would keep increasing the rent, and then there would be a dispute with the Orrells, who still owned the land over there, to do with the borders and how one of those stands that Everton constructed ran along the borderline, and the Orrells wanted to put a road along that borderline. So they came to an agreement that Everton would rent that part of the Orrells' land as their training ground. So not only did they have the cost of increasing rent off their own president, they were now paying for the land over there. Other disputes occurred, but this became too much for Everton Football Club, and they said, enough, we need to move to a new site. And thus, they moved across Stanley Park to where they currently lie, only for a short period longer, Goodison Park. So, weirdly, Goodison Park isn't on this sign, as far as I can see, but obviously Anfield behind, you can see Priory Road, which is where Everton played before Anfield. The sign over here, Stanley Park, where they originally played, and most of you Brits, English, people from the area, of course, know how close Anfield is to Goodison Park. You can see behind me, Anfield. Over there in the distance, behind the tree, Goodison. Now on the channel, we mostly make videos in Germany about the Bundesliga and German football. So this might be interesting for the Germans to experience the walk from Anfield to Goodison with us. So here we go. Right then guys, so we're leaving Stanley Park and we're heading right here. Goodison Park should be right in front of us. In 1892, this place, Goodison Park, opened. Believe it or not, this was the first major football stadium to open in England. Now, don't get me wrong, there were football grounds long before Goodison, but take Bramley Lane, for example, that was originally used as a cricket ground and later football. And of course, you got Mansfield Town, who have the claim of owning the oldest ground in England, but that was pretty much a field. This was the first major football-specific stadium. it could also have the claim as being the world's oldest football-specific stadium, along with Celtic Park in Scotland. They both opened, I believe, on the same day in 1892. Now this place, Goodison Park, gave Everton more freedom. They didn't have the shackles they had over at Anfield. And this place has the claim of so many different things, being the first place, the first stadium to have a scoreboard, the first stadium to have dugouts, the first stadium to have undersoil heating, the first stadium to have two-tiered stands on all four sides. But the most important one, it's the stadium, the ground, that's hosted the most top-flight football in England. But of course, at the end of the season, Everton will move away from here to this incredible place. Of course, the new Everton Stadium here at Bramley-Moore Dock in Liverpool. Now, when this place opens, I believe in the summer, possibly, this place is going to be the 8th largest stadium in England with a capacity, according to Wikipedia, pinch of salt, of around 52,888. It looks beautiful, it looks really nice. Now, just as Goodison hosted a semi-final in the famous World Cup that England would win in '66, this place is going to be a host stadium for the upcoming Euros in, when is it, 2028. First impressions, it looks beautiful. I fully understand why Everton need to move here. They want to be competitive in a money-orientated Premier League. But a part of me is quite sad that we're losing another historic, iconic, traditional stadium, ground, I prefer to say ground rather than football stadium, in Goodison Park. So we're going to have a little wander around and then we're going to get back to the beautiful Goodison Park. Yeah, normally we try and wander inside the ground, but judging by that sign, I think we're going to give it a miss today. But then again, a guard dog versus Big Bev, I don't know. My money's on you. I'll let the cop. Not on the premises, yeah, no, I get that. So we came here over a year ago when we did a Goodison Park stadium tour. We checked out the new home. First impressions when you come here is the area is quite run down, a little bit neglected. Obviously, the fall of industry around Bramley Dock has contributed to abandoned buildings, closed pubs and stuff. But as Big Bev just said, with the stadium coming here, it's obviously a bit of a rejuvenation of the area. So hopefully some of the pubs we've seen closed down, some of the boarded up houses, that'll all change once the stadium opens. Security did say that this place isn't going to be open to the public until possibly June of this year, 2025. So still a long time before we/you can get a proper glimpse inside the new Everton Stadium. But let's get back to some traditional settings. Let's get back to Goodison Park. Let's go. So guys, of course, Goodison Park got its name from the road. This is Goodison Road. And along the side of here, you've got all of Everton's history, all their accomplishments over the years. I love it when old school grounds do this. Those are pictures. And if you want to learn more about Everton, literally just take a wander around Goodison Park, 'cause it's all to see. Right guys, it doesn't get any more old school than this. You've got the ticket office over there, and of course Goodison is set amongst old school English terraced housing. Every time you come to an old school ground in England, you're going to see a setting a little bit like this. But you do think the businesses that are around this ground, they're going to suffer. We saw it with Upton Park, we saw it with lots of disappearing old stadiums. When they move, not only do you lose some tradition and nostalgia, but also all the local businesses, they suffer as well. So guys, one thing else that Everton are going to lose, obviously people talk about Craven Cottage and the pavilion, the cottage inside the stadium. Goodison Park has a church. Now that's basically a nod to the fact that Everton started off as a church team. They played cricket, and like lots of cricket teams, they wanted a sport to play in the winter months, and thus created St. Domingo's FC, I think they were called. This is the church, and obviously adjacent or joint on to Goodison Park. A massive part of Everton's history. Of course, they can't bring the church with them to the new Everton Stadium, and I'm sure there's going to be some kind of nod. So this is the Howard Kendall, Gladys Street end. Of course, Howard Kendall, Everton's most successful manager, or at least I think he is. They were a force in the 80s. A lot of people talk about Liverpool's dominance, but it was a dominance of the city because both Liverpool and Everton were at the top of their game in the 1980s. It's sad to see Everton scrapping at the bottom of the Premier League table when you know they're former First Division champions, FA Cup winners and so on. Hopefully, now with the move, some investment in the team, they can progress and regain some of that success they had back in the 80s. Right. Big Bev's just informed me this is the away end, calm before the storm. How many hours before kickoff are we now?
3-4 hours.
3-4 hours. So we're going to be, what block are we? 59. Ladies and gents, let's go see where we're going to enter later on. As you can see here, upper visitors, turnstiles 59. We are going to be in the upper, but obviously we don't want to take a seat off the singing section of hardcore where Big Bev would normally be. But even in an upper tier with an old school ground like this, you still get a really good view of the pitch. So yeah, hopefully this is going to be a rowdy game. You can see over there, guys, 1888. Everton are, of course, founding members of the Football League. They're also founding members of the Premier League in 1992. So again, don't disregard Everton and their history. Massive club. And make sure you do check out Goodison Park before they leave at the end of the season. All your history along here. Seeing as a lot of you viewers of the channel are German, we have a Bayern and a Darmstadt sticker up there. Oh, and a Leverkusen one as well, Bayer Leverkusen. Remember, Tuesday we're going to be at the Bayer Arena watching Leverkusen versus Mainz. So if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit it now. English and German adventures here on Rise Foosball Paradise. So if you haven't worked out already, when Everton left Anfield, that left the owner of Anfield, John Holding, with a stadium and no football club. So of course, Liverpool FC was created off the back of the move. Now, Liverpool FC were formed in 1892, the exact same year Everton moved all the way over there to Goodison in 1892. And as you know, the rest is history. But today, despite filming a little bit of a video around here about our lost traditional English football stadiums, today we're here for an FA Cup away day with the absolute thug over there, the posh fan, the Peterborough fan, Big Bev. We're here to watch Peterborough on an away day at Everton's iconic stadium. Now, over there in the distance, you can see a mural. We're not going to walk over there because Big Bev is worried about his white trainers getting muddy, so we're not going to walk over there, but there's a mural paying tribute to the 97 who lost their lives at Hillsborough. Again, we mainly do videos in Germany now, and a lot of you Germans say about our atmosphere not being as good as what it was. I think partly that comes down to the fact that all of our stadiums are all-seater, no standing terraces, and that's because of the disaster at Hillsborough in 1989. But I'm hoping today, this lot, the posh fans, are going to turn up. He's not had a drink yet, he's quite quiet, but I'm hoping they're going to be rowdy, I'm hoping they're going to be noisy, and we can show the Germans that there's still life left in English football atmosphere and fan culture.
Fucking borough.
Up the borough? Peterborough? Yeah, I was getting confused then. Yeah. You tend to say posh normally, don't you?
Yeah, that borough, posh, same thing.
They don't like posh things around here. We're in Liverpool, for God's sake. This is the working class city. Right, guys, we came back to the car to recharge the batteries. It's all going off. What's happened, John?
Sean Dyche has been sacked by Everton. Decision made.
Sean Dyche has been sacked. Utter woke nonsense. Who's going to be the manager of Everton tonight?
Ashley Young.
Ashley Young and the Young Derby. Duncan Ferguson. Maybe Peter Reid. I don't know. It's all kicking off. It's going to be a good one. I think Posh have an even better chance now of winning, surely. Mate, speaking of which, score prediction. I'm going to say 1-1. Everton win on penalties.
2-1 Posh.
2-1 Posh. It's all kicking off. The fire brigade are here because Posh are about to start a fire. Sean Dyche is gone. Apparently, Wayne Rooney is going to be taken over. Jose Mourinho, you said. Is this advantage Posh? You just told me it's tipped into Posh's favour now. Big Bev's having a bit of stage fright, but he was just giving it the big one. He was just saying 3-0 Posh. I don't know. Right, guys, this pub is called the People's Pub for a reason. Very friendly Evertonians. I've got one over here. Honest score prediction, what we saying?
1 or 2-0 to us, but it could go really wrong really fast. That's what I'm saying.
I need your reaction to the Dyche sacking. What we saying?
We found out in the Everton shop and we didn't believe it. What a weird time to do it. I don't know. Things need to move on though. Now we need a new manager and we just need to move on into that new stadium with some positivity, I think. So,
Mourinho, is it going to happen?
I don't think it will, you know. He's a favourite, but I don't think it'll.
Wayne Rooney.
Bring him back. Get him on the field.
Yeah.
Get him on the field.
Awesome. Brilliant. Thank you, mate. I've just spoke to, I'm not sure who he was, somebody behind the bar, and he said that this place is going to continue as it is. He still feels that the fans are going to turn up prior to the game and then obviously make their way to the new stadium. Apparently they put on food, sandwiches and so on, but a lot of businesses obviously suffer when clubs move from their former home.
That car's bigger than me.
Good, Borough!
Jesus, mate.
Right, guys, back down Goodison Road. Of course, the away end is the other side, so making my way over there. We're about 3 hours before kick-off and the atmosphere is already picking up. It's quite good. The YouTubers, the influencers are in full swing, still Ryan over there. It's good in a way that Dyche has been sacked because it adds another element to today's game, because let's be honest, everyone's come here expecting Everton to win. But now that Dyche has been sacked, maybe, just maybe, there is a glimmer of hope for Peterborough. Who knows? Go then, guys. Scran, 12 quid, scampi and chips. Looks nice. Does look nice. Right up, John. Everton.
Let's get down to business.
Right guys, we all know about you can't take alcohol into Premier League stadiums, but did you know you can come up?
Yeah, you can.
You can take Red Bull. So guys, I was going to say you're not allowed Red Bull into the stadium, but the steward went and checked and you are. So don't worry, if you've got a Red Bull, you can watch English football and drink Die Rotten Bullen. So we're sitting on the back row. It makes it easier when you're doing a vlog. But just check out the view. Even though I'm at the highest point of this stand, the view is still absolutely incredible. Still really close to the pitch. Take a look at this. Everton players are coming out. So obviously we love the old school grounds, the tradition. But one thing that isn't so good with these old school traditional grounds, you've got all the obstructions, the steel kind of beams holding up the stand, holding up the roof. You don't get that with the new cantilever roof stands, you know what I'm trying to say. Another thing, you're very crammed in, it's very tight. Not a lot of space on these Goodison Park seats.
Fuck off, you scouse cunt!
Come on, Borough! Come on, Borough! Come on, Borough!
Strike. Oh! Come on, Borough! Come on, Borough! Come on, Borough! Yeah! Oh! And it's invincible! He's the mercy! We're for everything! The world is everything!
That was a goal. I thought it was offside.
Oh! 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 I'm a jig shag. Oh! When the post goes saving it. Oh, when the post. Alright, let's be honest, the Everton fans were a little bit quiet for this match. A little bit would be a little bit polite. The Peterborough fans gave them a lot of stick throughout the game. Is this a library?
It's a library, 1-0.
And so on, but we need to put things into perspective. This is an FA Cup game on a Thursday night with a Premier League team versus a third division team. If you are new to English football, Peterborough play in League One, which weirdly is a third division in England. So I'm not trying to make excuses. Obviously, Everton fans haven't had a lot to cheer about the past few years. And again, I'm not trying to make excuses, but maybe they should be excited because you've got a beautiful new stadium. It is sad you're leaving Goodison. I mean, I love the traditional grounds. I love the old school grounds, but with the Peterborough fans stood up throughout, the view, which was perfectly fine when you sat down, was pretty shoddy due to all the roof supports. You don't get that with modern stadiums, let's be honest. They are more comfortable. At Goodison Park, you're very compact, you're very tight. Like you are in other older football grounds here in England, they're a little bit more pleasant for us older folk with bad knees and a bad back. The new stadiums, there are some perks, but it's not all doom and gloom that you're moving. But for me, it is sad. You know, they are a dying breed, these stadiums, so really celebrate them whilst they're still there. You know, I love Villa Park, but that's going to come under major renovations going into Euro 2028 as well. So it's sad to see traditions go. But it's all good. Good times ahead, I think, for Everton. On the pitch, they weren't amazing. It's hard to tell whether Peterborough were playing well or Everton weren't playing very well. It was a strange game. Credit to the Peterborough fans. Again, if you're watching this and you're German and you don't really know who Peterborough are and you keep hearing me say about Posh. Posh is the nickname to Peterborough. I can't even remember why. But ladies and gents, we're back in Deutschland from Tuesday all the way to Sunday morning. Loads and loads of bloody videos. Starting off from Cologne, going up to Leverkusen, Bochum, Frankfurt, Hoffenheim, back to Bochum, Mainz. There's so many places, so many grounds, so many clubs we're going to visit, so it really is going to be good. So if that's something you're going to enjoy, subscribe. If not, we are going to be back to do more English content. I'm hoping to get at least a couple of English football videos up every month now. I'm trying to not abandon our roots. So ladies and gents, danke schön. Thanks as always for the support, and I'll see you very soon. We do have a couple of really good parcels on their way to Football Paradise HQ. So if they do come before Tuesday, I am going to be doing a live stream. If not, I will see you in Germany. Auf Wiedersehen.